It's kind of funny, when Diana does it, she can like knock Doomsday back 30 or 40 feet, and when I do it, nothing really happens, and my wrist hurt a little bit, and I end up sitting there looking stupid. All this really means is that Gal Gadot is a better man than me. I'm okay with this. So Wonder Woman is, it's Wonder Woman. You should know who Wonder Woman is. I'm assuming that everyone breathing oxygen today knows who Wonder Woman is. The most iconic female superhero of all time, finally on the big screen for the first time in 75 plus years. This is the 4th film in the DCEU. It stars Gal Gadot, it just stars Gal Gadot as Princess Diana. It stars Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. It stars Robin Wright as Hippolyta. It stars a host of other talented people are in this movie. It's directed by Patty Jenkins. So this film pretty much details the rise of Diana. Princess Diana, this girl who was born on Themyscira. She was given these godlike abilities and powers. She was trained to be this badass warrior. When Steve Trevor accidentally crash lands on Themyscira, he tells them about a war, or as he says in the trailers, the war to end all wars. And so Diana's like, oh, we have to go stop this. We have to go help people. We can't just sit here and do nothing. Thus she goes on a road trip with him to the real world of mankind, and there we have our movie. And not only do they discover a deeper connection to each other, they also discover that there is a bigger evil afoot than just a world war. A long time coming, guys. This is one of my most anticipated movies of 2017. I am so glad that I finally got a chance to see it, and I'm so glad to talk about it. So without further ado, let's head to Themyscira, talk about the good, the bad, and the awesome of Wonder Woman. Oh my god, Gal Gadot was so freaking good in this movie. She stole every scene that she was in, and I wanted to see more of her every single scene that she was in. It's not like I wanted to watch her in every scene like, oh, she's so hot, or oh, she's like the sexiest thing alive today, which, let's be honest, she probably is. But no, it's more about her magnetic screen presence and the way that she brings this character to life. Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot have such a great understanding and respect and love for this character, and it really does show on screen. She does a great job of showing how her Diana, her Princess Diana, her Wonder Woman, how she evolves and transforms, and how she becomes Wonder Woman, and how that Wonder Woman leads to the Wonder Woman that we see in BVS. Her Wonder Woman is very optimistic. She's very earnest. She has a great curiosity to her, and she has a great compassion. She has a ton of compassion for people and for life and for, fighting the battles that other people can't fight. Because her compassion is so great, and because she cares so much, you care so much, and you want her to succeed, and you're rooting for her the entire time. Really can't sell her performance anymore. She was amazing, and I loved her in this movie as Wonder Woman. The scene where she first reveals herself as Wonder Woman, chills, man. Everywhere. One of the great things about her character also is that she's a complete fish out of water scenario, because she has grown up on this island with all these other women, and she's never even seen a man before. She has no idea what man's world actually is. So when she actually goes to man's world, there's actually some really well-timed and well-placed comedy sprinkled throughout the movie that deals with her being a fish out of water. A lot of that comedy is due to the comedic timing of Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. He does a great job. He brings a great sense of humanity to the character of Steve Trevor, and he has great, irresistible, magnetic chemistry with Gal Gadot. There are scenes of those two just talking about humanity, or about life, or about people, or about whatever, and those scenes are almost like the best scenes in the movie, even compared to the action scenes. If you're worried about humor, or if you're like, oh, there's too much humor or something like that, don't be. It's not overdone. You feel like they don't overcook it. It's done in a very organic and well-earned way. Speaking of the action sequences in this film, oh, good lord. The action scenes in this movie are just, they brought tears to my eyes watching them. These things were glorious. They were these huge, massive, epic fight scenes. These are some of the best action and fight scenes that I have seen in a comic book movie ever. And if you like the Batman warehouse scene in Batman v Superman, yeah, this movie does that, and it does it several times, and in a lot of ways, it does it even better. It did such a great job of portraying Wonder Woman as this huge badass. They showed how powerful she was, and the action sequences in general in this film were filmed and helmed so well. There's a great sense of epic scale to the fight scene. Everything from the cinematography to the performances to the direction to the story itself. This is much more of a personal character study movie, even though there is badass action in it. They also do a great job of introducing new mythology into the DCEU when it comes to gods and stuff like that. I don't even know if I can call this movie as far as checking off the boxes or whatever. This movie pretty much just take a big ass box and just check it off. Just check off a big ass box, because this movie checked the box on everything that I wanted in a Wonder Woman movie. It was amazing. I can't sing its praises high enough. So does that mean everything about Wonder Woman was a home run hit? Well, mostly. I only have have a few issues with this movie, and they're mostly nitpicks. I won't tell you anything about the main villain in this movie. Some of the side villains in the movie, though, could have been developed a little bit better. There are some side villains in this movie, you've seen them in the trailers, and they don't really impress you, they don't really wow you, and it's just kind of unfortunate that they're kind of pushed to the side, or you don't really get the development you think you're going to, and then it's kind of like, oh, well, forget my feelings then. Also, in the big finale, the third act, the villain thing, it does turn a little bit exposition heavy. There is a little bit too much of, I'm the bad guy, and I have to explain everything for the audience. There's a little bit of too much of that. Again, it's a nitpick, it's not a huge deal, but it is something that took me out of the movie for a little bit. Also, in that third act, there is a little bit more use of CGI, and it's not bad CGI, it's actually pretty good CGI, but you do notice it because there is more of it, and that is, again, a little nitpick that I have. Outside of that, I have nothing left to say. This movie was phenomenal. I loved almost every single minute of it. I'm not emotionally prepared to rank this among the DCEU movies yet. I need more time. I need to watch it again, which I plan to tonight. It's gonna get my highest, no question about it. Wonder Woman is a Superman prime time at the movies. If I was fanboying too hard, hey, let me know down below. Just because I'm fanboying doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.